Hi everyone, it is time for practice time with Ms. Rhona. If you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Rhona-Mae Arca and I'm a registered music teacher in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So this is a series where I open up my practice room once a week to the world. So sometimes I'm working through students' repertoire and technique, and sometimes I'm working on my own. So today, I promised my grade 10 student I would work on her piece. This is Sonatas Part 3. And before we get into it, I'll just share my due diligence screen here. So I'll pop that up. So just take note that the sheet music that I'll be sharing here momentarily, that all falls under the fair use disclaimer of the Copyright Act of Canada, because we're using this for educational purposes. And I'm just working through trouble spots. So here we go. So today's piece is Ludwig van Beethoven's Sonata in E major, Opus 14, number 1. I was actually quite delighted my student picked this piece because this is the one I did for my grade 10. So let's just jump into it. I've got a slightly different setup here, so a new old setup. So we'll see how it goes. Let's just quickly go through it though. Okay, so full disclosure here, I have not warmed up other than I just ran through a duet, a primer duet for one of my beginner students. That's it, so going in cold. This student is in university, so she's currently, racing to finish assignments, doing exams, getting ready for finals. So this is going to be a timely practice in how to practice it during this time of year, because I also am on the clock here before my first student arrives. Okay, so let's just quickly go through it. This is an early sonata from Beethoven's early period, so it's very Haydn-esque. You can say a lot of it is structured to, if you think about some of the classical string quartets and the dialogue between the violins, or the violin 1 and the cello or the viola, keep that in mind as you're playing this piece, because it's really written in that sense that you want that sense of dialogue, that playfulness, exchange between the instruments. Standard classical sonata first movement form. So the exposition is the first 2 pages. So from bar 1 to bar 61 and 62. Yeah. All right. So the development isn't too bad. It's about a page and a bit. At least with this edition. This is a very beat up edition here. It is the Schenker edition. The recapitulation starts at bar 91. So 2 themes, and like I said, very, very classic, very, very standard in a way. The opening theme is in the tonic key of E. The second theme is we've got double F sharps. Second movement, so that's a minuet and trio, when it's a 3-movement piece, is a typical standard, definitely compound ternary. It's an allegretto with a maggiore, so it's got that minuet and trio kind of feel. It's an E minor, but then the maggiore part is in C major. Final movement is rondo, which is a classical. It's one of the typical structures used for the 3rd movement. Okay, so bar 1, taking it from the top. Sure. challenge here is you've got, that has to be legato. But that's awkward. So the cheat is just make sure you're holding on to at least one of the notes in the octave before you move on to the C sharp. And if to prioritize, go for melody. That needs to sound nice, smooth, unbroken. So, yay, I remember. Okay, so the next line is that dialogue bit, and I tend to, trying to get to that. So I'm just going to review by toggling. I can never remember which fingering I pick. I think I use that. You can also use this. Reviewing how quickly I can go there. Right hand has such an a much easier time driving to that last note. Two in the sequence, that wasn't as smooth. So that was here. Better. Then it sounds very string quartet-y, or quartet-ish. To really sing that out. So a lot of times when there's a lot of stuff going on, one of the first things we tend to forget or miss are the tied notes. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm holding those long enough. I don't know why I'm hugging the bottom octave there. So you might have heard there was like one secco run through there because I didn't have the pedal down for all of that roll. Kind of needs just a little bit for that warmth. It's okay, but yeah. on to that top E until you reach there. So small hand hack there. So we've got. Okay, so I'm gonna start on the pickup into 21. The pickup into 23. Okay, so I have listen scribbled down there, so there's this. So you can imagine this being, you know, the viola. Okay, wait. Violin 2. Viola. No, that's probably the cello, actually. This is probably the viola. And then one of the violins. And then maybe that's violin 1 and this is violin 2. And then maybe cello again. So, thinking in terms of different characters, different instruments, that can kind of change the, you know, how you shape that, or how you articulate that too. So I'm going to go into the pickup into bar 31. So yeah, those two cadences shouldn't be the same. Okay, so the next, clearly in the second theme, so. It's a bit of a stretch. This is, I mean, and so long as you have the pedal down just a tad, it's holding that A sharp for you. Anyone with small hands, and then you can slide a bit more smoothly to the B's. Oh, and then you've got these. So the fingering there does work if you tilt. And then you thankfully can lift and then slide. So again, it's a lot easier for me to slide down to try to make that as smooth as possible. But I don't let go of that high note until I'm about to play the D sharp in the next. So that's how I'm trying to achieve the legato with these octaves with small hands. This is a really good refresher. I need to drill this spot more often. Okay. mean, a lot of us tend to try to race through those turns in like bar 38. I was taught to make it sound like, work it into the melody, so don't race through it. Enjoy it. But I should not have played them exactly the same way. But I'd say the next big treble spot. Oh yeah, the codetta. So just trying to get. So this is bar 60. No, 57. I think. The Schenker edition has the. Yeah, the bar numbers are at the end of the bar. So I'm just, yeah, bar 56. Okay, bar 57. Pianissimo, okay. I did not plan my wardrobe choices well. Okay, I'm going to roll up my sleeves, so hopefully you can also kind of just see what's happening body-wise to get those awkward chords. So yeah, if you see over here, I am moving my body so I'm over top of the chord, because if I'm here, this is just going to make it infinitely more challenging to get that. So, yeah, really watch how I am shifting my body to make this as smooth as I can and actually get the notes in the right hand. So, and I'll switch cameras so you can see what that looks like on the side. That should be, wait, that should have been. Okay, switching cameras. Yeah, I don't know, between being in choirs and, you know, performing in ensembles. I used to usher at Arts Commons when we could still have concerts and performances. And I do martial arts where, you know, the standard garb is black. Everything is black. I am used to black. So sorry, that doesn't make for very easy visuals when I'm trying to show body movement, but hopefully you can see it a little bit better here. So. I keep hitting the B too soon. Okay. I really want to go to the dominant. Hopefully you got a good sense of the lateral movement there. Okay, more legato octaves. So that's bar 65 to 66. And yeah, so my student and I we've resorted to dragging across. That does feel very familiar to when I first learned it. So it works. You just have to listen very carefully to the pedaling to make sure that it doesn't get too mucky. So I'm just gonna start at the top of 164, which is bar 63. So. think slower. To just refresh my brain on what is actually happening. So we got A minor, to a D minor 7 chord, we're still feeling the A minor vibe, so back to A minor. Resting my right hand because I don't want another round of tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. So you're going from here to here, and it has to be legato. Ooh, love that tritone, man. So see what's happening there. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that F. So again, our ear is fooled. So long as one of those notes is held until you connect, it still sounds legato. But you have to do what it takes to be able to execute that without killing your hand. So those are the big challenges there. That was a good review. I'm going to just run through it just to see if I can get it a little smoother. So yeah, I'm just going to do... channel the whole way to my arm into each and every note. Because these two are weak and these guys are strong. So even the playing field, arm helps them all. On a really bad tight day, it would be good to just sit and do that for 10-15 minutes. Don't even have to be by a piano to do it. You can do it on desk. Going to the recap, bar 91. So this needs to sound smooth there. So the cheat there. Should have been that up. Okay. Now, I seem to recall she and I were... Oh, yeah, I think I had her analyze the scales so she could get through that. So... this is the same as the beginning. Just all in. Tonic. Okay. Treble spots are going to be similar between the exposition and the recap. I'm going to jump to bar 105 though, because that one does pose a bit of a challenge to both my student and myself. So. That is a tie, yeah. So we got animated alligator. Oh, that needs to be held. Okay, so we got and I've got a big, huge arrow saying push. Okay, well, let's get a little more secure with the notes before I start pushing. Processing which key I'm in at the moment. Okay, so let's try that one more time. It just feels like I kind of stumbled into it. Okay, coda. That is going to be, yeah. It's got similar challenges to the codetta, but yeah, I'm just gonna jump into 155 because I think that's the part that's a bit different from the coda. So. Yeah. Between the two, yeah. Says that, which you can see I can barely get. So I'm just trying to remember what I did. So my student and I have been playing around with various cheats for this. I believe I did this. So I'll see if I can do it slower so you can see what's going on and how we've been cheating with this. So this is okay. did you catch it? It is roll, and then just play the top notes. So long as the pedal catches that bottom, you still have that tone carrying through. Okay, so yeah. Second movement, this one does not have as many treble spots per se. Both my students and I learned the movement in like a day. So I'll just quickly run through, let's see. E minor. There. Okay, so this has to be legato, but you're still holding this. So how do you... I'm out of fingers. So... sliding and finger substitution. So I guess I shouldn't say so much that it's cheating per se. It's, you know, just making it work to get the sound, that the desirable sound based on the articulation mark there and based on what you physically can do. So working efficiently, I guess, ergonomically. So I should probably stop saying cheating. E major, because it was the first movement. So you can see a few adjustments that were made in the right hand. Is a challenging spot. That's probably the biggest challenge with the piece, just figuring out how to play around with fingering that, you know, works. I'm going to jump to 51. Because again, that's very string quartet-y, or, you know, four-part harmony E. So you could play around with. I'm just gonna look at the stems, the two outside voices. Hey, because is it in 4-part? Yeah, no, three. It's 3-part harmony. Okay, I'm gonna do the soprano and the tenor. So. Alto with the tenor. Okay, now finally alto and soprano. So. I need to get notes. Yeah. So that alto really supports, but it should not interfere with the soprano line. Let's see if I can sing the alto, and I'll try to bring out the soprano. This is a really good skill if you are a collaborative pianist, or you want to be a collaborative pianist, so accompanying other musicians, other ensembles, or doing group, actually, jazz combos, all that sort of thing. So yeah, or the latest project that I got suckered into, punk rock. Yeah, okay. Da, da, da. Yeah, that's cool. Da, 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 right. Okay, together. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. That's a look at the first two movements of Beethoven's Sonata in E major, Opus 14, number 1. If I had a bit more time, I would try to plow through the third movement. My teacher had me learn the entire sonata and then choose, when it was exam time, which two were the strongest, the first and the second, or the second and the third. And it would be cool to relearn the whole thing. So hopefully I'll get to that. There's just not enough hours in the day. So if you have any comments, if this is a piece you're working on, I'd love to hear about some of the things you've been working on. Well, what are some of the challenges that you've been finding with the piece? And what you like about the piece? Why you chose the piece? I picked it because I really liked the playfulness of it. It's very playful, and I like the dramatic shifts in the mood. But I've always liked Beethoven. He's been a go-to since the first time I learned a piece by Beethoven. Thanks for checking out the video. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to check out some of the other Practice Time with Ms. Rhona episodes. There's a good mix of me working through, from beginner up to, like today, grade 10. Soon I'll be shifting gears, getting ready to play for Holy Week services, so from Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday. So some of that will be cropping up. But next week, I've got something special for you. So the sessions, the episodes that are at the end of the month, I bring on some friends, some musical friends, and we discuss various topics. So this round, we've got, including myself, 7 musical martial artists. And we were initially talking about cross-training and some of the common threads. It wound up being a whole big, deep conversation on the psychology of being an artist, looking at it through the lens of a martial artist. So we touched upon literature, calligraphy, filmmaking, photography, music, and just getting really in deep about, thinking about the audience, thinking about some of the technical challenges, but a lot of it was a lot of the mindset and, like I said, the psychology. So look forward to that. It was a great chat. The hard part is going to be to figure out what to trim down because there was so much there. And then in April, I've got a few of my fellow collaborative piano friends, and we're going to discuss some of the trials and tribulations, all the neat things there about being a collaborative musician. So if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to smash the like button down there and drop a comment or a question. And if you want to see more content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when there's another video. So till then, have a great weekend, stay safe out there, enjoy the sunshine, and catch you next week. Bye!